point. Typical predicament for an anti-bottom runger like me. Wish I never snuck in here to begin with. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Nah, it was a great idea. So much stuff for the taking around here. Motherload of loot. Plenty to get me back in the Sprack race. Just didn't account for all these Krabbles. Real fly in the old ointment. I could just sit tight, live lean off all these supplies, hope the Krabbles skedaddle. Or maybe open the door and bolt. Seems like a good idea. Nah, it's a great idea.
Ready to waste every time.
Bad company.
Let me know when you need a distraction. Place is in shambles. What happened here?
I've counted at least 6 horrendous death screams since you arrived. You must be affected as... Could it be? You seem an honest-to-goodness rational human being, unhindered by bloodlust, unshackled from their basal ganglia. Well then, by the Loeffler Risk Intercession Act, under Outbreak Provision 5A, I hereby press you into service to aid me in our present crisis. I, Elmid Ormsby, Product Envisioner, Department of Proprietary Methodology and Audacious Advances, am your interim supervisor. Oh, all that pleading and the like. Yes. Well, it's only my second time trapped in a laboratory basement, and I do admit, I did panic just a little. But back to the exciting news about this incredible new opportunity. You working for me, as an aide-de-camp of sorts, on a brief yet no doubt exhilarating assignment. Whole thing was ghastly. One of my assistants and I heard a loud noise. He left to investigate while I continued working on our experiment. When he failed to return, I peeked outside and saw the others run in, bloody, gibbering, hunting for targets. They'd clearly been exposed to some virulent new form of experimental agent. I ran back and locked myself in this test chamber to avoid contamination. Well, you'd certainly think so, but management sets the goals. Our humble research team works to deliver. Our lab had been researching the red spores that grow nearby to see if they might contribute to future Auntie's Choice products. As per usual, we threw precaution to the wind. A local spore sample interacted with a wonderfully preservative-rich diet of Auntie's Choice personnel, inadvertently leading to a chance reaction causing profound irritability. To a somewhat homicidal degree, it would seem to appear. By that measure, our work here could be considered a moderate success. Well, of course. Succeeding in a haphazard fashion is one of the first courses taught to Auntie's Choice students in any field. But yes, I am something of a visionary. You see, our lab is a far cry from the others. You're part of something bigger here. The individual not only thrives, but shines even more brightly with the help of their brethren. It all requires a certain devotion. In the end, it's really quite in the best interests of everyone's careers. A rising tide raises all boats, as they say. Speaking of the team, such as they are in their present deranged state, how did you make it past them? You know, without being killed. Aha! Thought so. Sometimes with screaming, it can be difficult to discern intent, like, I'm being killed, can be so close to, I'm running amok. Shame. The staff and I all had such good chemistry together. Suppose it couldn't be helped, though. What matters most is getting out of here alive, saving our researchers a close second, and curing my remaining colleagues a firm third. As you're now one of them, I'll take that as a compliment. But enough glad-handing me. Regarding what we need, well, it should all be rather straightforward, yes? I suspect we'd use a top-down indirect coronium synthesis method, don't you think? Just so. You seem no stranger to this type of work, eh? Tremendous. Well then, before we roll up our sleeves and determine what's needed, any questions? We'll need two things: fresh samples of the red spores and the findings from the expedition that originally uncovered them. After that, an antidote should be possible in relatively short order, with your skilled assistance, of course. Spore samples may be taken from a red plant indigenous to an area of tall rock formations northwest of here, ingeniously referred to as the Red Spire. The research team's findings are on a terminal in another building on these same grounds, a satellite lab to this one, if you will. Once we have an antidote firmly in hand, we can save my remaining colleagues, so best not murder them all in the meantime.
Typical Auntie's choice. Moving fast and breaking things.
Goodwin here. Field report update. We are approaching the Raptidon Den. These beasts have exhibited excessive irritability as of late. We endeavor to determine why. Surely the red spores aren't to blame. Wind-borne spores lack the catalytic agent of our food additives. Only way to be certain is to gather a stool sample. Simple enough. A routine task for the Audacious Advances field team. Quiet now as we approach the Rap's nest. Certainly the spirited variety will offer... No! Oh.
Let's dispense with the how do you do!
Foraging time's over. We should have what we need.
My most favorite, least homicidal subordinate. How's all our fieldwork progressing? Absolutely gorgeous. Look at you. And to think I just forcibly coerced the first gormless dunderhead who walked by and found you. Lucky me. Now, first things first. Place the data cartridge in the drawer for me, right here, in the slot below my intercom. Insert that data cartridge for me, in the slot below my intercom. Haha. Allow me to give this a cursory eyeball and... perfect. I'm sure we have the correct neutralizing agent here in the lab. I'll nose out the exact compound within our chemical reserves in 2 shakes of a rat's tail. Always fortuitous to have ready access to a key chemical agent nearby. This might work out yet. Auntie may ignore our recent setbacks if I deliver an easy-to-market product. Just imagine the ad slogans. Air, now with extra fractiousness. Though, I suppose it only works on other Auntie's Choice employees, not our preservative-free rivals. Oh, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Now we must formulate an antidote. If we're able to save my remaining subordinates, they can help us rush this product to market. Normally, I'd say perfection can't be hurried, but... there. I have determined the ideal counteragent. Here you are. Place it and the spore samples into that synthesizer. Enable the device and it will beget a working antidote momentarily. Return with it directly as soon as it does, if you please. You there? Oh, you're likely affected too, aren't you? Scream twice for yes. I cannot wait to put this entire sordid affair behind us. Though in the end, this should turn out to be quite a lucrative day. I saw you working the chemical synthesizer. I presume you were successful in creating an antidote? Oh, please. Reject cynicism. Reject negativity and allegation and lies, right? I mean, let's. Choose positivity, whimsy, delight. Those are the waters I want to swim in, not mired in that sort of swamp. I feel that so much, don't you? Well, sometimes sharing the benefits of research also means apportioning some degree of the danger, offsetting accountability to others, sharing the blame. Why, it could have been me out there, you know, had I been simply another unwitting, unknowing participant. Thankfully, I benefited by having advanced knowledge of what might occur, and safely situated myself here. Good. Place the antidote into the slot here. I'll insert it into the air filtration system. That will cycle it throughout the area and cure all afflicted. When backup arrives and releases me, I'll run a tally of all here who survived. Not to boast, but I'd say this wildly dangerous experimental agent was quite effective. You can be sure that management and I will see it's put to good use. I may even get a promotion off this. Wonderful! Knew you seemed a bankably reliable sort. All right. I am activating the air filtration system. There. Should only take a few moments for the antidote to circulate. Everyone still alive should be right as rain shortly. Marvelous. You'll find your remuneration in the chest behind me. My supervisor will hear of your actions. Oh, and before I forget, I, Omid Ormsby, under the power granted me by the Loeffler Risk Intercession Act, hereby free you from impressed service to Auntie's Choice. Be seeing you. Biological samples within the remains outside are no doubt deteriorating rapidly. I may have to recreate this experiment somewhere else.
You there. Keep your hands where I can see them. Stranger, consider yourself lucky that I've been ordered to not open fire unless fired upon. I will not suffer an outsider to trespass and trample further through our lands. Turn back from this bridge now, lest my ever-depleting prudence be spent. There is nothing beyond this chasm neither you nor those Auntie's Choice imbeciles behind the hill should concern yourselves with.
Protest as you like, but Protectorate's got no authority over us. We'll go where we please. And thank you to steer clear.
You outsiders come here and spit in the face of the Sovereign, then claim it is we who are wrong. I have half a mind to apprehend you for your impudence. Out of the question. Must I repeat myself? If you are not a loyal Protectorate subject, you will not cross this bridge. Be grateful I do not judge with such haste as my superior to the north, Brigadier Montelli. He's been fervent of late, looking for any Protectorate subjects who have displayed disloyalty in his estimation. Any associations with wrongdoers results in swift execution. That has, unfortunately, put many folk in his sights, myself included. And so we wait for the proverbial axe to fall. You actually believe you can contend with him. You are mistaken. He'll cut you open gleefully, then issue you demerits for bleeding on the floor. And you also have no business at the relay, as far as I can surmise. You dare to propose an arrangement? I may have need of your help, stranger, if you are ready to seize an opportunity to show fealty to the Protectorate. I know of 2 traitors who yet remain on this island. Bring them to me, and I'll dispose of them before the Brigadier questions my loyalty and deems me guilty by association. In return, I shall grant you clearance to cross the bridge. Fair exchange, wouldn't you say?
A lot more folks are gonna die if we don't catch up to DeVries. We have to consider our options, even the ugly ones. If these folks are deserving, maybe it's worth it.
Trial. And their crimes are as clear as the Sovereign's blue skies? We may not ascribe to your laws, but do not assume that I think lightly of taking a life. These traitors have committed grave offenses, ones that would be punished without question. It's not at all the same as the indiscretions the Brigadier damns his people for. There's a wide gulf between justice and madness, and many interpretations of the law land on the right side. You see the difference, do you not? I commend you for your eager interest. I think 2 traitors in particular. First is Ida Rutledge. a worker at Spire Grove. I once had utmost respect for her. We were... oh, damn it all, we were friends. When the Grove went silent during the invasion, I assumed she'd fought to the death as any subject would. But reportedly, she's not only failed to die, but is also teaching the enemy soldiers how to use the equipment. Conspiring against us. Such treachery is unconscionable. What? How do you know this? A fascinating notion. And do you have proof that what they say is true? You believe those corporatists need a reason to lie? It comes as easily to them as drawing breath. Now, if you'll allow me to proceed. The second traitor I seek is Charlton Weintraut of Westport. He is, unfortunately, my cousin, and most assuredly a disgrace to our line. He too failed to die defending his home during the invasion alongside the other residents of Westport. They'll be seen to in time. But Charlton, well, I must deal with him personally. Oh, how I anticipate wiping that smug expression off his face. Are these orders clear?
Hanging has been an effective means of execution dating back centuries. Its purpose is to administer pain and fear before expiration.
Your humor leaves much to be desired. But so long as you deliver what I seek, I will resist opening fire in retribution. Now go on, seek out Charlton and send him here, if you wish to cross the bridge. But beware if you step out of line. Other subjects may not be so generous with their deal-making as I. Farewell.
Not gonna lie, my thoughts are plagued by the notion of perishing atop that picker. Though I can't reconcile if I'd have starved, parched, or followed poor Jackson to the ground. Well, that's less comforting than you probably meant it to be. So what can I do for you? Well, you found her. Or at least most of her. She's the brainwashed lout who opted to jump into the gears of the picker instead of living a rewarding life of self-determinism. Honestly, I shudder with baffled confusion even thinking of such a thing. But I guess that's the benefit of being reared in a society that values our value. Thanks again for getting us off that literal ledge. Though with our gratitude meaningfully
You're
expressed
really
through the
something else,
requisite
stranger.
bits,
Thank
I'm
you
not
for
sure
getting
we
us down.
have anything more to discuss.
Huh. Well, at least it's not shooting the water anymore. Visitors, huh? Just meandering about, free of any appointed minder? Not so sure I ought to be speaking with you. If you need someone to talk to hereabouts, I suggest you seek out Vigilant Hogarth. That tall, stately building back yonder is his domicile. Do hate to come off impolite. If you're so inclined, we can pick this up later, after you two confabulate. Word of the wise, despite what you might hear, we still consider ourselves part of the Protectorate. Anyone spots an outsider engaging in misdeeds might just open fire.
All fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Well, Bitten, you walked in here under your own steam and appear reasonably free of cuts, burns, or weeping lesions. So, I assume you're presently devoid of mortiferous injuries. Good. Because we've got more of that than we can handle. You haven't heard? When Antes invaded, they broke the seawall. Flooded nearly half the town below, where most of the domiciles were. A number of our subjects drowned. Others got concussed, or even crushed. Took a while for our water purifier to catch up, so some drank tainted water, which is not good for you at all. I'm glad it's working again. All right, well, don't let me keep you.
Greetings. It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to Westport, once a shining testament to Protectorate excellence, now a picturesque example of the evils of corporatism. But where are my manners? We do not have much, but please let me offer you some victuals. Tut. I insist. Serving Unit 1. Something for the visitor at once?
Confirmative.
Perhaps you're wondering why I'd open my arms thusly for a stranger. Simple. As the guiding light for humankind, we always put our best foot forward, regardless of circumstance.
Record states as follows. All inhabitants are declared treasonous due to insufficient zeal in defense against seizure.
I believe something still can be done. This town can be saved, its people given a reprieve. Were we to acquire the one thing vital to our existence, automech parts. What?
Comestibles served.
We of the Protectorate pride ourselves on our mech programming. Among the vigilant, it is even considered something of a sport. We are not miracle workers, however. Without parts to work with, we've no hope of remaking our mechs to do tasks beyond their initial functions. We need repair mechs, domestic mechs, not combat ones. Serving Unit 1 here is about as much as can be accomplished without replacement parts.
Depletion of resources and lack of community.
If I can return the settlement to a reasonable facsimile of its previous glory, sufficiently functioning by employing mechs reprogrammed to repair and rebuild, the Arbiters might see fit to penalize only me, commute the others' sentences, allow them to maintain things around here in the spirit of continuity and such.
Time for recreation. We sleep well at night. Work isn't...
Hence my use of the term reasonable facsimile. I owe it to every single person here to try.
We take a moment to rightly appreciate it all and thank the Sovereign.
That's abundantly kind of you, though there must be something I can offer.
From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Difficult place to saunter into. Station's off limits to anyone without the highest security clearance. For anyone lacking reason to be there, it's assured suicide. In exchange for the automech parts we need, I can provide you means to get inside. Never dream of such a proposal in days of reason and quietude. Yet such is the here and now we find ourselves in.
The matriarch, working with and through the Sovereign, devised the paradigm. A meticulously designed marvel where, if each of us does our part, is glorious bounty for all.
Conversation is not possible at this or any time.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
This unit is currently unavailable for leaving.
On it. Throughout history, human societies were
Literally everything I own is underwater. What do you mean? Everything we have, well, prudence dictates. We cherish all we have and defend it. Trust the plan, preserve set progress, sustain the system.
The matriarch, appeared right out of the aether, just as I imagine our proud sentinels do. Like, here I am, your innermost thoughts are known to me, and nobody once hears from you again. Caught me reciting passages from A Beacon to the Cosmos, illustrating my steadfast fidelity. All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign. That part always hits me directly. To quote my personal log, an essential passage, rightful and true. Charlton Weintraut.
From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
The matriarch chose.
Ah, Marilyn. Yes, I see you've made her rather memorable acquaintance. Undoubtedly, the familial relation could be easily missed. Whereas she seeks to deliver justice like a hammer's blow, I prefer to solitarily meditate on the Sovereign's wisdom. Most recently within A Beacon to the Cosmos. Oh, yes.
Devised the paradigm, a meticulously designed marvel where, if each of us does our part, produces glorious bounty for all.
Why, that's wonderful. I'm actually quite relieved a fellow customer like yourself somehow saw through my carefully maintained act. Others in Westport fail to perceive my true nature. I am hardly one of the herd around here. A reference you'll no doubt recognize from those keen Auntie's Choice commercials.
Though don't fret, the system is resilient. The system abides. But now, more than ever, we must all do our part to maintain...
Ha! The same ones I immoderately reference. You likely guessed their influence right off, what with my assertive attitude and all. I laugh at danger. I hand-make my own luck. That character is a revelation. You and I are just like him. Get up and go-getters. Say, did Auntie's Choice send you here? Don't fret. I am exceedingly skilled at keeping secrets.
Lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work, report them for mental refreshment.
If I am not the person for it, I would be most surprised. Do tell. Ugh, my uncle's child. That side of the family is obstinate and mean. No, I'd hardly risk life and limb trying to convert her.
Due to insufficient zeal in defense against seizure, sabotage, and/or manipulative
That seems neither prudent nor wise. I value my neck and do not intend to hang.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They
Oh, did you have another mission in mind? One especially designed for my unique talents?
Everyone knows the paradigm epitomizes the pinnacle of social order.
Really? What was he like? Bold? Assertive? With a wildly obstreperous theatrical air?
Throughout history, human societies were constantly out of balance. Individualism ran rampant. Depletion of resources and a lack of community led to terrible...
Is that so? Do tell me more.
The firm benevolent hand of the sovereign.
An audacious proposal. Yet this place, despite its recent humidity, remains comfortable and familiar.
And plenty. We have community.
Hate to dash everyone's hopes. Suppose I am still part of the herd.
Work isn't strenuous.
Of course. Toodaloo. Hey there, go-getter.
And plentiful. We have everything we need. Prudence dictates. Take a moment to rightly appreciate it all and thank the sovereign.
Greetings, non-protectorate wretches. With regret, I must inform you that those outside our glorious society may not take freely from our stocks, as our subjects do. However, I may offer you a limited selection of premium items for moderate respective fees. Initiating.
The matriarch chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem. the native flora and fauna, the pleasant atmosphere, and rich natural resources represent a fascinatingly complex ecological network. To govern it,
Welcome back.
Hello, nice weather.
if each of us
Well, look who it is. What is it? Speak your mind.
naturally, sometimes challenges do
Certainly. What would you like to know?
invasive species can
I know as an outsider you may not be able to understand this. Ours was to protect Westport when antis attacked us. We're also tasked with leading the rest of the subjects. But now that I've become a traitor, is there anything else? Farewell now.
The system abides, but now more than ever we must
Seeing Zeb again went different than I expected. Not that I had high hopes for tears and confetti, but damn. That's appreciated, Commander. Maybe I ought to apologize straight away. But I'm not convinced I did the wrong thing, leaving. Had I stayed, who knows? Likely I'd have gotten us both killed.
Gray gone astray? Book a stay today. Are you
If you're talking Horizon Point, those were extenuating circumstances. Like hell if I'll take the credit for DeVries' body count. Anyway, I appreciate the check-in, Commander. Was there anything else you needed?
Record states as follows. All inhabitants are declared treasonous due to insufficient zeal in defense against seizure, sabotage, and manipulative. Our enemies envy our prosperity.
Hey there, Goat. Why, hello again. Any new business to discuss involving secret sympathies and sugary spoils?
Everyone knows the paradigm epitomizes the pinnacle of social order. Why?
If I am not the person for it, I would be most surprised. Do tell.
Executes on it. Throughout history, human societies were constantly
Ugh, my uncle's child. That side of the family is obstinate and mean. No, I'd hardly risk life and limb. That seems neither prudent nor wise. I value my neck and do not intend to hang.
of the sovereign to guide them. Here on Eden, we all enjoy the full luxury the paradigm affords. A perfect life of contentment,
Of course. Toodaloo. Hey there, go-getter.
purpose, time for recreation. We sleep well at night. Work isn't strenuous or stressful. Food is nutritious and plentiful.
Auntie's Choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away.
Ah, hell. I've stood this post so many times I could do it in my sleep.
You ever find yourself with too much disposable income? I got plenty of ideas on how to dispose of it.
Been working at that spot of business we discussed. Easier to lead with fewer targets nibbling at your psyche. Loose your words. I'm listening.
Minister, I'm telling you I can do more. I've been ain't so sure you want to work for this imbecile, friend.
Do try to understand my perspective. You were so lethargic returning, I had you pre-marked as a casualty. Do you know how many forms I've had to fill out on your behalf?
Now hold on. I went into enemy territory crawling with dangerous creatures for you alone to get some dusty report. And you got the audacity to complain about paperwork? If this contract weren't staying my hand, I reckon you'd be answering to it right about now.
You mean grant preferential treatment to a subpar contractor? And I suppose the bits for such a procedure shall simply manifest from the ether?
And if I die or leave, how do you reckon failure to retain an enhanced soldier would look to upper management, huh?
Please pay this disgruntled employee no mind. What would she do without Auntie's hand to guide her if she were unemployed? I should think death a preferable alternative.
That's it. I'd rather be a down and outer for the rest of my life than crushed under your counterfeit leather boa boot a second longer. I quit!
It most assuredly is not good for her. This is unheard of, and I might add, you'll not be welcome with an Auntie's choice once more. We'll not take a contract shirker back into our fold.
So you say, but Auntie's choice ain't seen a trooper like me before. You'll regret counting me out. Till then, I hope you choke on your mock apple martinis. And you, I got a proposition for you. Come find me when you're done with this clown.
She will most assuredly regret her decision. Most assuredly. But I suppose that is no longer my concern. Troopers abandoning their contracts, blackguards like you running rampant. What is becoming of this island? I fear I may never know.
All done in? Hope that little dust-up back there didn't put you off. My contract had me caged, and I was glad to get a few licks in during the jailbreak. Got a proposition. Since I'm newly free-ranged, and you're free-ranged yourself, thinking we ought to team up. You're going places. I want to go too. If you help me fix my graft, you'll retain the services of a fully functioning enhanced soldier. Me. Don't matter what you set your mind to, together we'll be unstoppable. And in time, maybe I'll have earned myself the clout to be welcomed back in Auntie's choice. That'll be the addendum in my next business proposal. Assuming I can guarantee I'll live that long once the graft is fixed. I get it. You're skeptical. If you got more questions, go on and ask them. You'll not find me hiding anything in the fine print. Had a feeling you knew a good offer when you seen it. Once I'm in top form, you'll be pleasantly surprised to see what I'm capable of. Just gotta find out how to get there first. Doc Tinsley worked with grafts for some time before she came to Fairfield. Damn fine scientist. Reckon we should visit her lab at the edge of town to see if she's got ideas for us.
This much of a crowd's not likely to keep a low profile. Someone ought to head back to mind the ship.
Acknowledged.
After you.
always have time for a freelancer in my employ. Loose your words. I'm listening.
I see you have not brought my cousin to heal. Have you at least seen about Ida? Let me see that. Yes. Yes! This does appear to be hers. Unfortunately, there are reports of the Harvester having been repaired in the wake of her sabotage. Though her triumph may not have endured, it was a good effort nonetheless. Should Montelli deign to interrogate me for my associations, I'll be certain to inform him of her patriotism. This displeases me. Sabotage is only as good as the further suffering inflicted once its victims know the truth. Though I suppose a minor inconvenience is also acceptable. I'm thankful for the report. Now I just require my fool of a cousin in hand. Be on your way. I've been mulling on the information about Ida. Such blessed tidings indeed. Good. I can't wait to see the look on his face when I capture him.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the protector.
Almost missed the routine certitude of my assigned profession.
Hey there, go-getter. Why, hello again. Any new business to discuss? Involving secret sympathies and sugary spoils?
Atmosphere and rich natural resources represent a fascinatingly complex
As a recent convertee to Auntie's Choice, I'd be honored to share my maverick, individualist perspective. Well, I can tell you someone who thinks he's important. Pinkney. Ever since he became interim chief mechanist, he's been crying day and night about that generator. If anything happens to that thing, I worry for his mind.
invasive species can unbalance even the most robust ecosystem, like those nettlesome raptidons.
If I am not the person for it, I would be most surprised. Do tell. Ugh, my uncle's child. That side of the family is obstinate and mean. No, I'd hardly risk life and limb trying to convert her. That seems neither prudent nor wise. I value my neck and do not intend to hang. Oh, did you have another mission in mind? One, of course. Toodaloo.
Offset any minor disruption.
Ulcers are barking today.
Gonna need a big storebook for all these orders.
Would pulverizing them suffice? No, I couldn't liquefy. Approach with less haste next time, won't you? Oh, Inez, you look, well, like you could use an ice bath and a cup of newly formulated trip teas. Has something happened?
Something has, all right. I ended my contract effective immediately. Now I'm free to prove myself to everyone in Auntie's Choice. My way.
Well, that's wonderful news. Or is it? I admit I'm still trying to work through what contracts mean hereabouts. But you do appear to be pleased, so I shall be pleased for you. Ah, that is not common knowledge in this town. But since Inez appears to trust you, I suppose I can do the same. Before I began my new illustrious career working with our tame, scarily friends here, I was a researcher in the Enhanced Soldier Division. Oh, I was on the verge of breakthrough when they shut us down. Oh, when I think of the lives I could have reached. But in my current role, I do try to help where I can.
Where my own first aid training can't reach, Doc's got me covered. The graft knocked me on my ass for weeks when I first got it. But she nursed me back to health.
Would if I could have done more. I did not possess the knowledge I've gained since leaving the program. I regret that.
Frankly, it were triage she performed back then. Didn't exactly have time to ponder a long-term solution. She did all she could, and I don't blame her none. Go on, Doc.
Right. I have a lead, Inez. I've identified 2 viable beasts on this island that you may be compatible with, though it may not be easy to acquire the suitable specimens. The first candidate is the skeleton crabble. It has a rare form of albinism and was last spotted on the western coast by Protectorate scientists, who, unfortunately, went missing. I happened upon an old report of theirs along with a code used to operate their machinery. If their fate is what I suspect, the code may be of use to you.
I heard rumors of the creature myself. Our skeleton sounds a good bit larger than the average crabble. Meaner and smarter, too.
The second candidate is a Raptidon matriarch, the only one of her kind on the island as I understand it. She was last spotted in the crags near the Vox Relay.
Deep in Protectorate territory. This matriarch sure ain't making it easy for us. She'll be more aggressive and more cunning than her smaller kin.
When you breach the matriarch's lair, you must rouse her from hibernation. I found pheromones to be quite effective. Inez, I'm certain you know a formula that may suffice.
That I do.
Excellent. It'll be a rather unpleasant wake-up call for the matriarch, so she'll be upon you in moments. I suggest your armaments be at the ready. Then the grafting part is yours. Yes, though I would recommend a careful surgical removal of the specimens, please. Now, when you acquire one or both of these parts, return here straight away, and we can begin surgery. Law guide you both out there.
Ain't sure why you're so broken up over losing your Auntie's Choice contract. You're your own boss now. No one yanking your chain. That sounds pretty good to me.
You don't get it. You ain't nothing in Auntie's Choice without a contract. Just a rung leech scraping by. It's lonely at the bottom. But I ain't planning to stay there for long.
Oh, believe me, I know more than you think. But you're with us now. We're a team. No bottom rungs in this group.
Sure. Don't mean to come across ungrateful. I'll pull my weight. Tell you what, once I raise my stock with Auntie and land a new, better contract, I'll have a shindig to say a proper things.
Progress in the promotion acceleration program.
Who would you delegate it to? We're the only ones left.
For once, you make a point.
Give the order, and I'll take care of it, Commander.
Really narrowed the playing field. We were tasked to analyze how the introduced Bractodon population adapted to the island. I'll admit, I took a hands-off approach. Probably why I still have my hands.
Armed and ready.
And face. A few cohorts misreckoned those sneaky rats. Among the Eaten. Wall Monitor Lindergaard. Probably mispronouncing that. Fat Sanitizer Kavil Stad. Definitely mispronouncing that.
Pick up the pace, Cutshaw. These raps can be anywhere, and we're both a night right.
I'll finish when I'm good and finished. Okay, I'm finished. Grab your gear and let's hoof it to the final skill-building activity, Cop. Quit your loafing.